Samsung was initially expected to solve one of the biggest issues with the Galaxy Z Fold 8. But now it seems that upgrade is completely off the table today. Even worse, the feature Samsung is skipping on its own Z Fold could actually end up appearing first on Apple's iPhone Fold device. Yes, seriously. And that's not all, because we also now have solid details about the S Pen situation, the privacy display, the Fold 8 Wide. And to be honest, some of this is going to frustrate a lot of people. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? Sal here. And honestly, Samsung had a real chance to finally fix some of the biggest complaints people have had about the Fold lineup for years. Now, to Samsung's credit, the battery situation is finally improving. The Z Fold 8 is officially confirmed to receive a 5,000 milliamp hours battery, finally putting it in line with Ultra phones. That alone is a welcome upgrade because people have been requesting this for ages. But the bigger story was meant to be the crease. Samsung was expected to finally introduce that near crease-free display technology they presented earlier this year. They literally showed the panel publicly, so naturally everyone assumed the Z Fold 8 would finally be the phone where Samsung solved one of the biggest visual compromises of foldables. Well, apparently not. According to Ice Universe, the crease on both the Z Fold 8 and Fold 8 Wide hasn't improved much at all. It is reportedly very similar to what we already have on the Z Fold 7. And honestly, outside of the larger battery, this was probably the single biggest upgrade people were excited about. So hearing this is a huge letdown. What makes this even crazier is that Samsung is providing that crease-free panel technology to Apple for the iPhone Fold, while Samsung's own foldables apparently aren't getting it. Like, imagine that for a second. We waited years for Samsung to finally fix one of the biggest weaknesses of foldables, only to see Apple launch with a cleaner display, first using Samsung's own display panels. That's wild. And look, maybe there are yield limitations behind the scenes or gyre component costs. We genuinely don't know. But from a consumer perspective, this just looks terrible. It makes Samsung feel weirdly conservative at a time when the competition is moving insanely fast. And speaking of disappointment, there's more. Ice Universe also says the Z Fold 8 and Fold 8 Wide are not getting the privacy display, and neither model is expected to support the S Pen. There were earlier rumors saying the wide version might at least bring S Pen functionality back, but apparently that's not happening either. To be honest, though, I never really believed Samsung would bring the S Pen back, because over the past few years, Samsung has been obsessed with thinness, almost to a ridiculous degree. If this company has to choose between keeping a genuinely useful feature or shaving off 0.5 millimeter from the thickness, we already know what decision they're making. That's literally why the S Pen was removed in the first place. Samsung sacrificed it just to make the Fold thinner by around 0.6 millimeters when folded. Think about that. Less than a millimeter. So yeah, I had basically zero expectations for the S Pen returning with the Z Fold 8, but it's still frustrating seeing Samsung prioritize specs on paper over actual usability. So when you really boil everything down, what exactly are we getting with the Z Fold 8? A bigger battery, faster charging, a newer chip, and that's pretty much it. Sure, those are decent upgrades in isolation, but the foldable market in 2026 is brutally competitive now. Chinese brands are pushing insanely thin designs, almost invisible creases, larger batteries, faster charging, and in some cases, even better hardware overall. Some of these companies are openly mocking Samsung in their marketing because they know Samsung has been playing it way too safe lately. And honestly, Samsung kind of earned that criticism because eventually people stop caring about who invented foldables first. They care about who's making the best foldable today. And Samsung can't keep relying on the whole "we started the category" narrative forever while everyone else keeps moving faster. Now, moving on, another tipster shared something interesting about the hinge on the Z Fold 8. Apparently, Samsung may be using a redesigned hinge mechanism this year, but the claim is that it won't feel as sturdy as the Fold 7. Supposedly, if you open the device below a 90-degree angle, the hinge may snap itself fully open, similar to how many Chinese foldables behave. Honestly, I'm a bit skeptical about this rumor. We heard similar claims before the Z Fold 7 launched, and that never actually happened. Plus, flex mode is one of Samsung's biggest advantages in the foldable space. They constantly advertise it for video calls, content, viewing tripod style, recording, multitasking. It's one of the defining features of the Fold lineup. So it would be genuinely strange if Samsung compromised that experience. But then again, this is also the same company willing to remove useful features just to shave off fractions of a millimeter. So at this point, I wouldn't completely rule anything out either. Now, if you think the crease situation competition is disappointing. Wait until you hear what other major feature the Z Fold 8 Wide is reportedly missing. Thanks for so much watching, guys. See you next time.